Well, I goofed up today again and I went out with the wrong shoes. So I'm back home again. I've got all these things planned today and working all these security things today. Probably the most important things I'm doing today is the things that I'm doing online and speaking to you. I thought that I would talk about, say a few more things. Now, I talked about, we're going to get people in Congress and stuff like that, and we're going to try to look at their resume. What have they done in the past? Well, we all ought to look at all the people that are running for Congress or in Congress, and if we find out that they're one of these DeSantis type people that ran for class, if there are any of these people that ran for class president, they're all the kind of people. See, what it is these kids, they're really smart and they know the kids are getting anally raped in the bathroom. And what it is they're easier on these kids, the kids that they rape, if eventually they get to the point where they tell the rapist what they want to hear. Well, I wanted to be raped all the time, or I deserved it, and what it is these kids will, these politicians, or class presidents, they'll do the same thing. They'll rationalize it away. They'll say, well, yeah, they wanted it, or they deserved it. Those kids were, nobody should be treated like that. Everyone needs to be protected like that. It's cruel and unusual punishment. It's wrong. It's just plain wrong. When you punish people under our system of government, what you do is you take their freedoms away. You put them in jail. We don't have cruel and unusual punishment. It's wrong. It's wrong, and it just begets worse and worse things. But anyway, once you find out that somebody is one of these class president type, DeSantis type people, that you know enough. They aren't the type of people. They're the type of people that'll tell these anal rapists what they want to hear. And they'll tell everybody what they want to hear. Oh yeah, brother, isn't it awful what they're doing to Brother Call? And what it is the media is supporting them as an alternative to the liberals, because they know that if they get elected, they'll put up with it. They'll fold up like a paper bag when they're, and the anal rapists know as well as anybody that these kind of people, if they threaten them, they'll fold up like a paper bag. They'll roll over and die. They won't stand up for us. They're not going to stand up against these people. They're exactly the opposite. They're the people that are going to lead us into knuckling under underneath these people. They'll knuckle under and give in to them. So that's what. So I look at somebody else. I want to consider someone else's resume. Think about what do teachers do. Teachers, especially, well, if we're looking at college and stuff like that, the teachers, if you want to make a lot of money, you want to get into research nowadays. And teachers that want to teach you, like the basics of something which you really need to know, and what you really need to get into, and what everybody ought to know. Like if you want to know the basics of economics or something like that, those teachers don't make much money. Teachers, in the prep school I went to, now prep schools are really bad in a lot of ways, because that's where they get secret, they groom people into getting into secret combinations and into these sororities and fraternities and fraternal organizations. So I would caution you about them. And what it is how one way that they lure these kids in is they're kids that when you're that age, a lot of young people, they've never supported themselves, and they're worried about getting a job. And of course, what they do is they a lot of people get positions, through these secret organizations. And they know, these kids know it. Their parents have been in the things, like the Bush family, and they know that they can get And they teach them things like, well, you're better than other people, and then it's like, it's like that they, and then they can get into the media and start teaching people what they need to believe because they're too dumb to make their own decisions, and they don't believe in the truth. They don't believe, that if you teach people truth and principles, that they're going to that's the way to make the world a better place, or that people can make their own decisions. But anyway, but these teachers in my prep school, the way they ran the place was they give the teachers a place to live and they can retire there. But and they never make much money, But the thing is, these are the people that after being a parent, a teacher, uh, it's so important. And what is it that motivates them? What is it they do? What is it that motivates these teachers that don't go after the money, that that want to teach you the basics, the things that you really need to learn, the important things that everybody needs to learn. What is it that motivates them? Well, there's always a time when at the end of the course, like a lot of the students will file out of the classroom, and there'll be some kids that'll stay behind, and they realize, and I when I think about I think about my teacher, like a lot of the kids at my school, they would come back and visit their teachers. They would come back and say, visit them and see how they're doing and stuff like that. And they're friends with them. Just to show them appreciation for what they've done, and they give money to the school, the tuition and so forth. I would never do it because they're too. Not as long as they're grooming kids to go into the secret combinations and ruin everything, but they go back and they see them, and they're always. I worked as a teaching assistant when I was in college, and there's always some kids, a few young people that they know that this is what's going to make a